Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for the crypto neo news, education, opportunities, and macro updates. My name is Lucas.
And my name is Ryan.
And we've got some neo for you. This is outside of a lot of the blockchains we've been covering over interoperability is the IBC, but we like to cover innovation all over blockchain and crypto. And we often mention that when the markets are correcting, we still look at that macro view to find that long-term value. And this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. And I'm just going to click over to the CoinGecko market real quick just to show. I mean, where do you feel?
Yeah.
I mean, right now in the market, just for a quick market update, we talked about we gave a macro Fed update and why the 75 basis point was a positive, which is kind of a continuing theme with good news being bad news and bad news being good news in the markets. However, we're still seeing that the Fed is going to raise rates for some time to come, and there's more pain and correction to be felt. So regardless of these 1 hour, 24-hour, 7-day prices, heck, even prices for the next month or two, maybe up, maybe down, but projects are still building, projects are still developing, and that's really the theme is don't be scared off by the prices in the short run, because look, read the tea leaves and peer behind the curtain, and you'll find that there's actually a lot of positive growth and positive development going on. And this is into.
I think, the bear markets are when you see a lot of the building happening as opposed to the hype and the price appreciation. I definitely think we're going to see choppy sideways price action over the next 6 to 12 months, if not longer. The odds of a recession next year are, better than not. So, will prices go up from here? It's hard to say. We don't really make price predictions on this channel, but I think the forces of correction of the bear market downward move, I think that's still a very big factor. And that, I wouldn't be shocked to see another leg down, as we have another 2 to 3 rate hikes at least, if not more, before things start to change. And the inflation numbers are not getting better yet. There's still a real strong labor market demand. Wages are still doing, pretty good. So some of the signs that you would look for that suggest that maybe the hiking can stop and the rates might start to go back down and we might see quantitative easing, like those signs aren't here yet,
Right.
So we should probably price in a number of rate hikes, going forward. So with that said, this is probably not the bottom in my view, but I'm not, here to make predictions, and you can do your own research on that. But in this period, you start to look for what are the projects that are actually building things. And clearly Nickelodeon NFTs are something that it has a lot of attention. It's an Ethereum based NFT project. It's, there's a secondary market that's very active. And
So it's built on
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm just making that point. You brought that up.
Yep.
And so we'll make sure, because there are projects developing on Algorand, there are projects developing on Secret Network and the IBC on Atom, there's projects on Avalanche, on Polygon. And so it's good to know which of these communities are corporations or businesses teaming up with to bring their products to market. And here we have Nickelodeon, Viacom continuing to work with Ethereum. Now, the good news is when it comes to a lot of blockchain technologies, it's very easy to transition from one EVM to another with your contract, with your platform. However, we're still seeing a lot of protocols, people taking advantage of the decentralization and of the strength, the security built on the Ethereum network. So that's, as you mentioned. Another thing is, you mentioned it before the video, but who's the target audience? Like, what is the target audience that the industry is now focusing on? Is it focusing on, the youngest generation that's out right now with the latest, technology at their fingertips? Or is it focused on a generation that has been in the industry working, more of the.
I would say this particular NFT series is definitely targeted at our generation, right? The 30 and up 80s and 90s kids that kind of grew up watching the first generation of Nickelodeon programming, with whether it's, and then because we're talking about here Rugrats and Hey Arnold, which is a little bit, it's mid 90s, so we're not, if you're closer to 40 than 30, maybe this isn't your thing, right? Like I'd stopped watching Nickelodeon kind of right around this time period, mid 90s. So my time is a little bit earlier than this, but regardless, this is definitely 90s nostalgia. I think Rugrats came out in like 91 or 92, so it's real early. And this is definitely aimed at people, 30 and up, I guess, that grew up watching 90s era Nickelodeon and, remember the Rugrats, Hey Arnold as big parts of their childhood.
These are
Nostalgia is a big deal right now.
These are people who are now working professionals, and
yeah,
that
they have money to spend.
Some of the markets that are being targeted. And I'm going to fast forward to the bottom. You see Viacom, International, and a lot of these other brands. So, the thing to look out for right now are who is building in blockchain, who continues to build in blockchain. Is blockchain and crypto NFTs is this new technology, are these tools being used by these industries? And they're actively getting involved in NFTs on Ethereum and starting to build and grow communities. And it's like an email address or sending a text message with a cell phone. If you're familiar with Nickelodeon and these, you might be also familiar with pagers and CD players and the evolution of technology around us in other ways. So, once you have a MetaMask wallet or a Kepler wallet and you send and you receive and you acquire an NFT, it's whether you have an email address with Hotmail or Gmail, the mechanics are pretty much the same. Put a title in the subject, put a to,
right,
from. So
we're pay your gas fees when you claim, right?
Absolutely. And there's a marketplace where you can go and you can see. Now, this is over with. This ended a week or so ago. It minted out pretty quickly. However, the free NFTs are over. It just began as far as the marketplace and what can be done. Collection for those people who are interested. And
so we have a slime score, which kind of signals the rarity. This is their way of talking about rarity. And beyond that, you can trade. If you scroll down, it talks about how you can trade in so many of your NFT Nickelodeon NFTs, and you can earn slime NFTs, which is there's only 5,000 available. And if you have 10 slime NFTs, you can trade those in and unlock a mashup, which is where you get an NFT that has traits from both the Rugrats and the Hey Arnold characters mashed up together. So it's like a custom NFT. These, I imagine, would be, purely from my perspective, I imagine these are pretty desirable because there's only so many available, and they're going to be incredibly unique and probably funny and interesting. So that's interesting. That's a cool feature to this series. The marketplace, we should show the marketplace.
Well, and of course, the future is now. We've talked about another NFT project, a couple other NFT projects on Secret Network. There are teams that have done things like this before. Midnight Teddy Club, take NFTs and mash it up into a custom where you could customize. And of course, there are other benefits to those as well. But the idea is that once you have these NFTs, it's still just the beginning. That this could, Viacom through Nickelodeon, they could offer opportunities where NFT holders could get discounts or win trips to come out to the studio, or
right. Who knows what could be done with this, right?
Part of these is accessibility and community. But like you said,
I'd like to see other future series come out with other Nickelodeon properties, right? Like, Double Dare would be fun to see an NFT series from. All right. Yeah, this definitely has a lot of opportunity and options to go forward.
Here's the marketplace. The floor price is $86, and right now there are some listed for close to $1 million. Not sure if maybe they might be there for a little while. We'll see. But
I would think
we'll definitely leave all these links below for if this is something you're interested, so that you can do your own research. That's what this channel is for. This is educational, entertainment information. This is not commercial advice, legal advice, financial advice, marital advice. we're just scouring over the interwebs and the internet to find that blockchain, crypto information and opportunities and bring that to you. Do your own research. It's still early, and really we've been talking about crypto and macroeconomics for some years. We'll continue to provide that information. So if you like updates on what's going on in the economy and how it may impact blockchain and crypto, and you like learning about the opportunities and what's happening all over blockchain and crypto, subscribe, notification bell. We love that support, appreciate it, helps the algorithms. And we've got some donation addresses below if you would like to help keep the desk lamps lit and this good production quality going. But yeah, this is a good find, only because my big takeaway is Nickelodeon, Viacom, and despite the attention, the news that's going with regulation and with prices and certain things crashing, what's also happening is you've got large major players in these industries and entertainment starting to adopt blockchain and NFT technology. So
yeah, so that should give you some confidence that, hey, this isn't just going to blow away and it's not over with, right?
Yep. And we've got videos on all this sort of stuff. So check out our playlist if you're interested in learning more about this, or of course, subscribe and notification bell. So when we drop the latest information, you get notified. But I think we covered the outlook on this so far. It's Nickelodeon, Viacom, NFTs, not saying run out there and put everything into it. Be aware of where we're at in the market, but take note. And if this is something you're interested in, then this could be a fun community, fun project. So if you offer, let us know how it goes, and we'll spread that love and share that information too. But
until next time,
have a beautiful day. Namaste, y'all.